happy Friday or whatever day you are watching this. I like to experience some magic with you guys today. I want to know what's going on in the collective. I'm going to start by pulling some oracle cards. One already came flying out of the deck. It's the Lunar Eclipse. Okay. That's good enough for me. I just like to pull an oracle sometimes if, in the beginning, if I want to know what the vibe of the reading is going to be, to kind of give us a direction. So this is card number 13, the Lunar Eclipse. It's giving me the sense of embracing the shadow side with this like silhouette of the woman like stretched over this pattern right here. See how they're connected? She's like holding space for the shadow side of herself. I'm gonna see what the card actually says though. It is what it is. It says, I embrace my shadows. So the lunar eclipse occurs when the earth obscures the light from the sun that shines upon the full moon. In the old world, the moon's disappearance was cause for suspicion and ignited a fear of the unknown. You're being called to get familiar with your shadows. The time has come to root out any lingering or stuck energy. I feel that. Limiting beliefs are old stories that may keep you stagnant or playing small. As you explore and befriend your shadows to learn from them, you will find deep wisdom and remember how to trust yourself. This journey is bound to leave you with a better understanding of your past and present. The wisdom of this nighttime wonder lies in letting go, releasing expectations, rejecting self-imposed limits, and setting down all that is no longer yours to carry. Your sacred body is asking you to release these heavy limitations during this transition. Let them go and allow yourself to be free. What am I keeping in the shadows? So I've mentioned this before on my channel, but the shadow aspect of yourself isn't anything that's inherently bad. It's just things that have been rejected. Sorry, my dog is going crazy. Sorry, I just got this image of like, yeah, like he's trying to get your attention, right? Kind of like how your shadow is like trying to get your attention right now. And as I say that, he comes back in. That was it. That was the message from my dog. Okay. So, yeah, so this, you could kind of been building a shadow from a young age. It's essentially any parts of your personality that you determined or deemed like unlovable or unacceptable. And as you grow and mature, there really is this call to like integrate with those aspects of yourself, right? That's how you step into your full power and sovereignty. We might find unexpected like gifts lingering in the shadow, right? These are just the parts of you that are yearning to be reconnected. Okay, so my question for the tarot today is, what does our shadow aspect want to tell us? What, that was fast. Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is a very nurturing vibe. I think you can tell by this bird that's kind of cozied in this nest. So sorry, it seems very straightforward, but it's this this call to integrate, right? It's kind of mother and like nurture that shadow self. Tell me more. Tell me more. What can you tell me about the shadow like aspects that specifically want to come alive right now in this collective? I kind of want the shadow to identify itself. What aspect of ourselves have we been pushing away that is yearning to come to the surface right now? What aspects of ourselves have we been pushing away that are yearning to come to the surface right now? Judgment. I'm not surprised. Okay, so the Judgment card came out. For some reason I'm noticing kind of the expression on this bird's face. It almost looks like it has an eyebrow. And it just seems kind of like sad. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is the shadow side of yourself just saying, I don't want to be judged for this anymore. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're judging yourself for, the shadow aspect is just saying, I don't want to be judged for that anymore. I want you to see me in a different light. I want you to flip the picture upside down. And there's this concept in shadow work where the shadow kind of comes out and like, it's like on steroids. It's like this big, right? And as you get to the root of it, it's like the shadow is actually trying to do something for you, like something constructive, but you're kind of trying to coach it in like a more gentle way. Like, how can I express this, integrate this side of my personality that's not so destructive or disruptive? And I guess that will be the question, because it's not giving me details about what the shadow is. Justice. So here's the Justice card. It's giving the feeling or vibe of kind of being the victim to unjust circumstances. And in some cases, maybe like turning yourself into like your own worst enemy. I'm kind of getting this feeling or vibe of like, there are like aspects of your personality that are like feeding off other aspects of your personality, right? It's like, I know there's some types of animals where they eat the weak ones, right? They eat the weak animals. And there's something inside. Sorry, this is hitting home. There's something inside of yourself that is trying to like eat the weakness, right? It's like looking at any parts of your personality where it's like, that's not strong enough. That part of me is not strong, and I like reject that. I'm understanding why the Queen of Pentacles came out for this, because yeah, there's parts of you that feel weak, and they don't need the judgment, right? They need this like nurturing mother bird energy. This is a really intense feeling. Interesting. So we got the Four of Cups in reverse. I'd say like immediately just like looking at this card, there's the way you see yourself is like inaccurate. Like it's just not correct. There's some, I can't find the word that I'm looking for, but there's something in your head. There's like some distortions in your mind where for some reason you're unable to see yourself correctly. This is giving the energy of, I feel weak and small, but the truth is that you're not, right? And so there's some like danger in this when you are chronically acting like you are weak or small because you see these small, dark like parts of yourself, and you're presenting that energy to other people. You're like, you're like projecting small energy. You're like, I'm small, I'm small, I'm small, I'm small, I'm small. But the truth is that you're not, right? So the impact that you have on people is actually much, much greater than you think it is. And that's causing you to put yourself like in environments where you don't fit in, because you're like, I'm small, so I'm going to put myself in this small space, right? And it's kind of confusing other people because they're like, oh, this person's small, you know what I mean? Like, but they also see your strength, and it puts you in like a position to be taken advantage of when you don't see your own strength, right? Because then you're in an environment where the person's like, this, it's giving me manipulator vibes. Like, if you are somebody who feels like you happen to interact with people who are trying to like take advantage of you, right? It's because you have this false identity, this false mask of being small, and that person is like, kind of sees both sides, where they're like, okay, this person's playing small, but I see what they actually have inside of themselves, like the light, and like, I'm going to take advantage of that. And the reason they can take advantage of it is because you don't see that side of yourself, right? And it's giving the vibe of, you need to know yourself better than these other people do. I'm gonna pull the book out for the Four of Cups. Yeah, in reverse. I'm being oblivious. I'm being oblivious to what is actually happening. Taking responsibility for the situations that you're putting yourself in. Taking responsibility for the environments and the people that you are entertaining. So yeah, this is bringing me back. Sorry, this is feeling like a huge call out. I'm like, oh, I hope I don't offend some people, but it's just what's coming out of the deck. So there's this idea of playing victim, right? And I just lost it. I felt very self-conscious about delivering it, and then I lost it. Yeah, so it's taking responsibility for the situations that you keep putting yourself in. So if you keep putting yourself in positions where people take advantage of you, and then you're like complaining like, oh, this person's taking advantage of me. Like, do you realize that you're putting yourself in that position over and over and over again? You know? Like, you have to take some responsibility for that. It's like that kind of fool me once, fool me twice mentality, right? Like, you give everybody an equal opportunity, equal chance to show who they are. But once they show who they are, you have to accept that person just showed who they are. You know what I mean? And now you need to take responsibility, because you cannot expect that person to change. You just have to accept, hey, they showed their true cards, their true colors. I see it now, and I'm going to take responsibility of myself by removing myself from that situation. The Empress. Okay, so this Empress card is giving me like, this is your true energy. And this is making so much sense. You have this like, this inner nurturer, and it's coming out in both of these Queen of Pentacles and the Empress card. But the thing is, you have a problem turning that inner nurturer on yourself. You feel more comfortable nurturing other people rather than nurturing yourself. And that's where you're starting to put yourself in like a self-love deficit. And you really need to flip the script, flip that around. Because if not, you're going to continue to play victim to your circumstances. There's an aspect of your shadow that's not being embraced. Sorry. Pay attention to where you are addicted to toxic patterns. Okay? This reading is so unexpectedly spicy. You are completely capable of like changing around your life circumstance, whatever circumstance this is. I'm noticing that I'm being given 13 twice, and it's in 2 different contexts. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. I feel like Spirit's like, enough said, enough said. Okay. I apologize if this made anybody uncomfortable. I wasn't even feeling spicy today. I was just feeling tired. Spicy cards. I hope that, yeah, this is a call out, right? This is a call out for you to take control over your life and your life circumstances. But the good news is that once you remove that victim mask and you stop playing victim, then you actually have the ability to change your life and your life circumstances, but you can't do that before you take off that victim mask. It's like life is unkind, like unfortunate things and bad things happen, but you determine whether or not you stay in that energy. And stay in that energy as long as you need to. Like, I was going to say licking your wounds or nurturing your wounds, right? Acknowledge the losses that you've taken. But realize after some time passes by, you know, the thing that happened is in the past, right? Whatever happened is in the past. And now you have the responsibility for turning it around, right? There's a huge acceptance energy in this card. I'm seeing like the number 5. I had 11:55 on the clock, and also this 5 came out, so that's the number of transformation, right? And so whatever this is, it's like you're like, man, the cards that have been dealt suck, right? But it's up to you to turn that around. And I'm seeing these like zippers, and it's like whatever this is, whatever unfortunate circumstances that you're in, it's giving you a chance to unzip, be like, this is who I actually am, and kind of coming into realization of your full power and your full potential. So I'm going to read this. It's exactly what I said. So this is the boundless card. This is a card without limits. It's eternal and infinite. Either you're just beginning to experience your own unlimited nature, or you holding yourself back from it, playing small. This card asks you to remove any doubts and fears you may have, move forward in faith, knowing the only limits you will ever experience are the ones you have created for yourself based on your own beliefs. A world without boundaries or limits is opening to you. Anything and everything is possible. Yeah, that was exactly what I was just talking about. Wow. I feel like a lot came out. A lot of truth. A lot of tea was spilled in this card reading. I just want to say, like, I fully believe in your ability to turn the situation around. And you're going to find that once you stop playing small, you're going to feel so much more comfortable. You're going to be like, oh, that was why I was so uncomfortable, is because I was playing so much smaller than I actually am. And like, you're going to become really tuned into like the fact of like how magical you actually are, right? With this Empress energy. Tend to your own garden, nurture your own garden. The energy that you have been giving out to other people, it is time for you to take it back and to give it to yourself. And I think that is going to be the motivation which I end this card reading in. Okay. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you tolerated or endured this tough love from Spirit today. If you have any feedback about this card reading, go ahead and comment below in the comments. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.